Dr. Ronny Jackson wants to be the next head of the Department of Veteran Affairs, but every day that passes lately, it seems like that is less likely to actually happen. This morning, we had some new allegations against Ronny Jackson, and this afternoon, we have even new allegations against him. And so we're gonna dig into those today. The Senate Veteran Affairs Committee announced on Tuesday that it was postponing Jackson's confirmation hearing while it reviews allegations of hostile work behavior, excessive drinking on the job, and impropriety in dispensing medication brought forward by at least 20 current and former military members. Jackson has reportedly denied all of the allegations, although that's a lot. I mean, you have a couple dozen people coming out against you, and it goes further than that. Ronny Jackson was nicknamed the Candyman for his leniency in handing out prescription medication like Ambien to White House staffers and even journalists on long flights. Jackson also reportedly drunkenly banged on the hotel room door of a female employee during a trip overseas in 2015, so loudly that the Secret Service had to get involved to keep him from waking then President Obama up. And that female staffer said she felt extremely uncomfortable during that situation.
So a couple of things there. One, you do somebody a solid and give them a prescription drug on a plane, and next thing you know, they rat you out. Anyway, the Secret Service is not worried about the woman inside the room as he's banging on it drunk. Yeah. Like, you might wake up someone else. Yeah. We're more worried about the president's sleep than we are about the woman inside. I'm being a little unfair. I'm sure they wanted to stop him for a couple of reasons. And the name Candyman is both awesome and disastrous. If it's in a Quentin Tarantino movie, that dude's gonna do some damage. Watch out for the Candyman, right? On the other hand, you don't want the nickname Candyman because it's either this or it has something to do with giving candy out to people you shouldn't be giving it to.
That's true, that's true. One of the few nicknames I haven't yet gotten here at TYT.
Oh no.
Anyway, we have more, although mine is close enough. So Dr. Jackson also provided a quote, large supply of Percocet, a prescription opioid, to a White House military office staff member, throwing his own medical staff into a panic when they couldn't account for the missing drugs. A nurse on his staff said Dr. Jackson had written himself prescriptions, and when caught, he asked a physician assistant to provide the medication to him. And at a Secret Service going away party, the doctor got intoxicated and wrecked a government vehicle, leading many to say that you can say a lot about Dr. Ronny Jackson, but you can't say he doesn't know how to party. But anyway, this is a long history of apparent excessive drinking. They talk about, there's one of the details of, I believe the Air Force is involved in protection when they travel, that he routinely would get drunk with. And that is a problem when you're the doctor's personal physician, or you're the president's personal physician. You need to be sort of together in case something happens. And let alone the ethical problems of writing himself prescriptions, which in some cases is acceptable. But certain types of medication, you cannot simply write prescriptions for yourself. And he apparently has been doing that.
I'm trying to figure out why I'm not 100% against Dr. Ronny Jackson, okay? So let's figure it out together. First of all, if you watch one of our post games, and that's one of the benefits of membership, so tytnetwork.com/join, you would have gotten the longer version of this story, but quick version is, he was gonna stitch up Bush's leg because he was Bush and Obama and Trump's doctor as White House physician. And he told a story to Bush to reassure him that he's good at this, about how he had ripped his own scrotum and then stitched it up himself, which earned him the nickname from Bush, Scrote. Okay, so part of it is I think that Scrote's an interesting character, and it depends on the details. So if he got so wasted and he trashed a vehicle while it was parked, shouldn't do that, but kind of a fun story. If he got inside and drove, no, that's DUI, that's crazy, you can't do that, right? So it kind of depends on the details here.
That was the impression I got, but we're gonna find out more this week.
Yeah. And I guess one of the reasons that I'm not super livid about it as I am on other issues is because it doesn't involve corruption. This guy just seems to have a problem, right? He might have a drinking problem. Like they go away on an international trip and he gets wasted. Okay, I mean it could be, I don't know if he's got a chronic problem, in which case he should get some help, or if he's just having a good
described.
Yeah, or if he's just having a good time. So again, it depends. But of course, I know, guys, you can't do it. You're the physician to the president, as John pointed out. The reason you're on the trip is if there's a medical emergency to the president, not so you could have a good time and get wasted in Oktoberfest in Munich. Right?
Yeah. I think it's partly those things. I think also partly I think you have a bit of a soft spot for frattish behavior. I think that you look back with nostalgia on those sorts of days, and so when you see somebody living it up as he is, I think that to some extent you like that.
Yeah, and I'm not a substance abuse guy, and I think that's a disastrous path to go on. But it's not frattish, and I wasn't in a frat or anything like that. But yeah, I like to have fun. I like to get a little too intoxicated if we're drinking. Let's actually have some fun, right, etc. So, but it is a giant caveat, and this is the problem with Dr. Ronny Jackson, apparently, according to the witnesses. As long as you're not harming anyone else, that's the most important thing. If you're having a good time, bless your heart, let loose. We only live once. But you can't do that on the job. You can't go knocking on a woman's door in the middle of the night. I mean, Jesus Christ, how unprofessional is that? And she was scared, etc. And they've got 20 witnesses, so he's in a world of trouble. If you like this video, bless your heart. We got a lot more where that came from. We do a full show every day, Monday through Friday. Come enjoy it ad-free by becoming a member, tytnetwork.com/join.